Welcome to the boating adventure. Well, a very good day to you. It is Sunday the 5th of January 2025, and today I thought I ought to go and have a little trip down to the Swamp Duck at Hinckley, because we've had a fair amount of wind, rain and even some snow, as you can see. So I just want to go and check up on the heating situation. I'm hoping it's still got electricity on the card. If not, I'm going to get it topped up and try and keep those little bar heaters going for the next little while, because I don't want it to get all damp inside. And I'm going to return the little cupboard that goes in the toilet that I've painted up and refurbished, and I'm going to call in at Wicks, pick up some more tongue and groove planking, so that I can later on in the week hopefully get down there and start fitting that in the toilet area. So come and join me. Well, everything's okay here at the marina. Nothing's frozen up, just a light covering of snow, really, just like it was at home. I fitted that cupboard. That looks pretty good, nice and clean, and then that's going to get surrounded by some more of the tongue and groove. A friend of mine bought me this for Christmas, and if I can just take the top off this little barrel, inside it's got some of the Captain range of Old Spice. Now, I actually love wearing Old Spice for really sentimental reasons. My dad always used to wear Old Spice, so whenever I put Old Spice on, or I go anywhere where you can smell it, it always reminds me of my dad. So I'm going to keep that on the boat. I thought it was quite fitting being in a barrel, and it'll fit nicely on that blue shelf and look quite decorative. Okay, so that'll fit quite nicely there. And it's even got a rope handle on the top, so that'll fit in with the other fitments in the toilet area. I've got my wood there ready to cut up. This is going to be a very fleeting visit today. I just wanted to check up on the boat, make sure everything was okay, in particular the electricity, so that the bars down there are still working. And before I go, I just want to check the bilge at the front of the boat and the bilge at the back. And then I'm not staying too long because it's not that warm, and I feel like a nice hot drink coming up. Whilst I'm not here during this winter period, I have been leaving the bilge compartment at the bow of the boat. I've been leaving that open, so that if there is any heat from these bars, it'll help to keep that dry. I've just had a good look. There was nothing more than a teaspoon of water in the bottom there, and that will be condensation from the sides of the boat here. It gets really cold out at the bottom. When it's in the water, you can feel it. It's very, very damp. That's just the cold. So I've checked the electricity, that's okay. I've checked the bilge, they're okay. Before I go, I just want to check the battery supply, see if there's plenty in that. There won't have been much in the way of solar in the last couple of days. So if I turn on the house batteries and put this little gauge on, what do have we got? 12.6, 12.5, 12.6, 7. Give it a minute just to settle. So that's okay. Oh, gone up to 12.8 there at least, so that's good. The temperature 4.8 degrees. It's cold. So if I just change the master switch and put both batteries on, that's the starter battery and the house batteries, that's 3 batteries together. So yeah, it's 12.7, 12.9 there, a little bit more. And then just do the starter battery on its own. It should go down a bit. 12.4. That's good, that's okay. It's way above what you would need to start the engine and to start the Chinese diesel heater. So I'm not going to put the battery charger on at this point. I'll wait until I come back next weekend and do it then. I often get people who ask me about the bilge and water in the bottom of their boat. They get quite worried about it, but honestly I think with any boat you can expect there to be something now and again in the bilge, and it's just a matter of keep cleaning it out. So particularly in a GRP, you're going to get it because of the massive amount of condensation that you get, particularly at this time of the year. It's not to be underestimated. It can amount to quite a lot of water, so it's just a matter of keeping on top of it. For more serious things, I always keep the bilge pump. It's all ready to go. It's automatic, so if anything catastrophic should happen, then it would automatically kick in. Well, a very good day to you. It is Saturday, January the 11th, 2025, and I think you can say that the marina is well and truly frozen. So nobody's going anywhere. It's forecast to be like this for the next few days. Possibly might thaw a little bit on Monday and Tuesday. So opportunity to spend more time doing some work on the swamp duck. And so this is the view from the back of the boat. Everything all frozen up. But I've got the Chinese diesel heater on now, and it's working pretty well. So that should get things warmed up inside the boat. I just need to seek some water. None of the water taps on the pontoons are working, so I'm going to go to the laundry room and take my canister and get some water from there. The plants are looking a bit sad. I'm going to be down here on the swamp duck for the next 4 days really. I can't see me getting it out of the marina unless there's a little bit of a miracle. At the moment it's completely solidly stuck in the ice, so there's no way it's moving, and it gives me opportunity now to try and crack on and get all this work finished on the toilet area, get that done. Not sure whether I'll be able to get any painting done. It just matters on whether I can get it to sufficient temperature for it to dry. But I'll get as much done as I possibly can these next few days, and then fingers crossed, hopefully the country will start to thaw out. Okay, so that's a perfect fit. It's Sunday the 12th of January 2025, and after a good night's sleep on the Swamp Duck, even though it was really freezing outside, it was very cosy on the boat. I just need to do a little bit more of this tongue and groove just down that side there in the corner, the awkward little bits, and the same the other side. Again, just the little awkward bits around this shelving unit, and then just tackle the ceiling, and I will have done all of the tongue and groove. Hopefully I've got enough of this strip here to complete the job. If not, I will have to nip to Wicks and just get some more trim, and then hopefully I can start doing some painting and get this job finished. But it's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. It's a big improvement on what was there before. Need to do something about this. Maybe give it a good clean, or even try and find something from Wicks that's a little bit nicer. I'll have a good look and see what I can find. So that's the bow side more or less finished. Starboard side is done. I just need to do this little bit on the stern side, and then the ceiling. I've had quite a productive day today, and more or less finished all of the woodwork. So you can see the ceiling is in, and a light up there, and all of the side panels are done, apart from just a couple of bits that I need to just fit in there tomorrow, and a little bit at the bottom, and that's all of the woodwork done, so that won't take long to do, and then I can start painting. Now, it's not been quite as cold today, but the boat is starting to move again. When I came to the boat yesterday, it was quite strange really to sort of get onto the boat and it not move. Normally when you get onto the boat, you're always kind of like, without thinking about it, adjust yourself to take into account the movement of the boat. But it was really strange to actually step on the boat and it just didn't move. It was stuck in the frozen water, absolutely solid. I've been poking around at the back of the boat this afternoon, and although the marina is still frozen, the ice is getting a little bit thinner. It's quite wet on top, and if you poke at it with a stick, it's possible to break through it. So the engine is free. I've managed to get rid of all the ice around the engine, and I can move the boat backwards and forwards and side to side, and it's not nearly as cold tonight as it was last night. So I don't know whether it will be possible to get the boat out at all in the next 2 days. It would be good if I could, just to take it up the canal for, even if it's only for a couple of hours. That would be brilliant. But it does give me a chance to carry on and get this whole project here completed. It's Monday the 13th of January 2025, and it's not a bad day today. We have actually had a little bit of sunshine here at the marina. A little bit breezy. But the is still frozen. It's a lot wetter on the top, so obviously it is beginning to thaw out, and you can see a little bit of movement now and again, but and around the edges there it's certainly beginning to thaw. The boat moves freely, but there is a bit of an ice sheet at the back here still. But if this keeps up, then hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed, it might have gone. So I'm popping out now to a local Aldi so I can pick up a few supplies, and I need to get some diesel because the diesel heater has been working overtime with it being quite so cold, and I've got through about 5 litres of diesel, so I thought I'd just top it up, make sure I've got plenty. So I've finished the white up in the ceiling and the walls, that's all done white, and where you've got the green masking tape, that's where it's going to be blue, and then I'll put some little embellishments on the blue just to smarten it all up a bit. I've got a window surround to put on yet, I need to cut that out, and then there's going to be a little curtain there just to give us a little bit more privacy when the window is open. And I have yet to paint the floor, and I'm going to do that blue as well, so that will match with the shelving unit just there. So I can't do anything else today, I've got to wait for all this to dry, and then tomorrow before I go home I'm just going to pick out those blue bits and get those done. Well, a very good morning to you. It's Tuesday the 14th of January, and this is dry. I'm quite surprised because the outside temperature, I didn't know whether this paint would take a bit longer to go off. It's not been on 24 hours yet. It's going to require another coat, although this was a quite expensive coverall one coat paint. With it being raw unprimed wood, I think it will take another coat, but I can do the blue surround bits today before I go. I've got lots of tidying up to do before I'm ready to do that. I am on a bit of a tight schedule today. I've got a few jobs to do on the way home. So I'm going to try and get this these buttons painted blue, and then I'll come back later and just give the white another coat. The first impressions of looking out at the back of the boat, it looks perfectly okay. It looks very wet. The boat is moving, and you'd think everything will be fine, except when you put the pole out, you soon realise that it is solid. So the swamp duck's going nowhere. It is getting thinner because underneath the pontoon here you can easily break through it. But just here it's a lot more solid. I wouldn't want to have to take the boat through any of that. It would certainly finish off the anti-fouling. So it's not a bad day out here really. I wouldn't say it's sunny, but at least it's bright. It is quite early still. A little bit of breeze. And my plants that were covered in frost when I first arrived have survived. Very hardy, those plants. I don't know whether you can hear it, but the Chinese diesel heater is making an unusual sound at the moment. It sounds like it's kettling, which could mean one or two things. It could be that the fuel supply has been interrupted, maybe through ice or something, but I doubt that very much. It's been working all the time I've been here. It's been doing overtime, so fuel's not been an issue because I've had to keep filling it up, and it hasn't leaked anywhere. It could be that the exhaust is getting a bit blocked up with soot, condensation. Maybe that needs cleaning out, which isn't a big problem. It's easily accessible. Just need to get one of those drain brushes, you know, on a telescopic drain brush, and poke that through, get that cleaned out. Or it could be the unit itself, and maybe that needs taking out and opening up and cleaning out, which I have done once before. That's certainly not the noise it should be making. It's usually just a very low rumble, but it sounds a little bit more sort of hollow, and just like you would get kettling on your central heating system when it needs adjusting. So it's certainly not going to be possible to take this swamp duck out today, so I don't think that's going to feature on this video. I've looked at the long-range weather forecast, and for January the UK is expecting some more winter weather towards the end of the month. So it's just this time of year is so unpredictable. I was looking at my records for the Chinese diesel heater, and it's been there since 2020. That's when I first bought it and installed it. I'm amazed at that. You know, it's coming up for its 5th anniversary. And when I installed it, people said to me, "Oh, they're quite good value for money. You know, even if you only get a couple of years out of them, they're quite cheap compared to other heating systems that you can get paid to have installed." And so far, it's done 5 years. And I've only had it to pieces once when I took it apart and cleaned it all out. It wasn't a difficult thing to do. Fundamentally, they are quite simple mechanical devices. They just need a bit of cleaning now and again. So I think that could be the subject of another video at some time, taking that out, taking it home into the workshop and giving it a good clean out, and see if that solves the issue. If it doesn't, I've been and had a look at Amazon, and that unit is still available. In fact, if I ordered it today, it should be at home tomorrow. And the surprising thing is the cost of it. It's a lot less now than it was when I first bought it. When I bought it back in 2020, I think I paid about £109 for it, which I didn't think was a lot then. But now you can pick them up for £67. The fact is they're a lot cheaper now than they were in the first place. So it wouldn't be the end of the world if I had to buy another kit just for the actual chamber itself, and just buy the unit really and install that. I could sell the parts that I don't need and probably recoup the cost. I need to make a template for this window so that I can make a window surround out of some ply, so I can cut it out on the bandsaw. So I've stuck together some pieces of paper, and because it's light outside I can see the shape of the window, so it's just a matter of drawing around with a pen and then cut it out. I've got myself a template which I can then use at home in the workshop. Okay, so that's roughly it. So it's just now a matter of cutting round that, and then I'll use a flexi curve when I get home to draw the outside edge, and then I can put it onto a piece of wood and cut it out, bring it back and then stick it on, and it will make a nice surround to the window and just finish it off. So that is the shape of the window, and that's the inside edge. So I just need to add an outside edge, and as I say, I'll use a flexi curve in order to do that. So that's my work for the last few days, completed almost. I'm hoping that this is going to look just as good as the rest of the boat. Although it's the smallest room, it needs to mirror the rest of the boat and look smart. Of course, traditionally it was known as the head. That's because in the days of the sailing boats, the sailors would go to the front of the boat, to the head, where there was often a figurehead, and that's where they would empty their potties, and it came up with the expression going potty. And they did it there because the wind was behind them, so it wasn't a good idea to throw it off at the back of the boat. It was much safer to throw it off at the front. Well, a very good morning to you. It is Wednesday the 15th of January 2025, and I'm back at home, so I'm now going to attempt to use that template that I made of the window on the boat and draw around it, use a flexi curve to make the outer edge on a piece of ply, and then I'm going to take it into the workshop and cut it out. Then I need to drill a few holes for screwing it to the boat, and then paint it up blue, and that job is a good one. And then I'm also going to use that template because that will help me to size up the making of a small curtain, just to give us a little bit more privacy when the window is open. But I think before all that, cup of tea. And so, just like that, to cut a long video short, there is my window surround that I've now cut out in the workshop, and I've put the holes in ready for the screws and painted it up. So just going to let that dry, and then next week I can take that down to the boat and get it fixed in place. So I hope you've enjoyed my last couple of videos of my DIY efforts on the swamp duck. I really do want to move away from making DIY exclusively. I've looked at the weather forecast for next week and it is quite hopeful. It's going to warm up and hopefully I'll be able to take the swamp duck out. There's a particular thing that I want to do on the Ashby Canal that we haven't done for ages and only been there once before. So it's something I had got planned, it's just that the weather got in the way. So if I can, next week, I hope to make some headway on that one. So thank you very much for watching and for all your support. And as always, do take care.